everybody and welcome on my YouTube channel. You are with Alan Reese and today we will review the VIP hero of December for the second time because I did it first time on the test server but he get a lot of modification on a live server. If you want to watch my first review you can do it by clicking on the link below of my pictures, but now it's a totally new hero that we will discover. Divine Knight was a pure support on the test server who was dealing really low damages. It changed a lot on the live server due to his skills because his statistic didn't change at all. I will just show you quickly his statistic. I have him as 4 stars because unfortunately I misclicked on another hero and I don't have enough soulstone to complete now my Divine Knight as 5 stars, but it doesn't matter, we will see all what we want right now. So attack damage around 6400, maximum HP 65,000, armor class around 900, magical resistance really low around 325, and physical crit around 1200. So it's correct statistics, nothing crazy, and it's exactly the same that in the test server. But now let's speak about his skill. About his skills, the first things that I can tell for you, it's when Yukul is buffing one hero, they don't do half of the work. You will see. First skill, ultimate skill, Divine Power. On the test server, it was increasing damage of a Divine Knight by 5200. Now, by 12,500. So, we have more than 2 times the damage that it was on the test server. It's just huge and I think the result will be amazing. Second skill, the green one, Storm Sword. On the test server, it was adding 1600 damage. Now, it's add 6300 damage. So nearly 4 times the damage that was on the test server. Third skill, Divine Roar, didn't change, it's still an upgrade of 1051 damage. And the last skill didn't change in the text, because it's still the debuff, a curse, who is annihilating totally all the heal of the enemy team, spell or lifesteal. I don't know if they increase the time of the curse, it's what we was asking on the test server, so we will see it right now in 1 versus 1 fight.
Round 1, fight!
For the 1 versus 1 fight, I specially choose 1 healer plus 1 tank, so we'll see, oh yeah, already when I see 9000 damage on Chaplain. Okay, it's 1 critical hit, but it's really huge. It seems that spell animation it's little more fast. Okay, so you will see and you can see that Iron Hoof didn't get healed because he received some damage by Divine Knight. We will see the ultimate, I'm really curious. Oh yeah, 13,000 on Iron Hoof with one of the heroes with most defense without critically. 38,000 damage with the skill 2. It was critical. Oh la la. What is this hero? Okay, she will not get healed. Perfect. It's just insane. Oh! And statistic of the fight. 140,000 damage. On the test server, he was dealing just 100,000 damage in the same condition, and he was even trained with 5 stars. So it's really impressive, and we will see in a real fight how it will be. You can watch carefully this first fight against one healing team, typical that we can have in a grand tournament, for example, because it's really impressive. I let you watch, all heroes are debuffed now, excepted Ninja for some seconds. Okay, he's full because of Lightbringer. He will ultimate first time. Watch the skill 2. Skill 2, poof! 32,000 damage over the shield of Shadow Shaman. It's just totally imba. He just finished his ultimate and he will ultimate second time. 30 seconds against one healing team and we totally destroyed this team. And if we are checking the statistic of the fight, we get 2 ultimate of Lightbringer who did some damage, it's true, but 170 damage in 1 minute of fight. He was only with 2 enemies in front of him and he didn't touch Ninja who was behind, so I'm really impressed about his damage right now. We will see against a regular team, metagame team, how it's going on. The matchup against Turtle Fighter is the worst matchup that Divine Knight can have because it will turn him and his damage, second skill who are full screen in front of him will touch only one hero. So he will lose a lot of damage, he will not curse the enemy who are in the other side of the screen, so you are losing a lot in this matchup. The team that I have in front of me, it's not the best team that you can have actually. My intention is just to show you how this hero is working and to make you understand which matchup is interesting and which matchup is not interesting. But look at his skill 2, it's really, really strong. Okay, I will get controlled by a commander, but commander will die. And I will win without any problem this match. Damage of Divine Knight will be lower, it's sure. You can see 78,000 damage. His second damage dealer, but it's not his damage who are important. Even when he is not able to deal so much damage, his second skill, who is accelerate the rotation of skills, so it's feel energy more fast of your heroes. The fourth skill, who is denying totally the lifesteal and the healing of the enemy team, make him an additional value for your team anyway. Let's see in another condition. If I'm playing against an aggressive Dwarf Warrior setup with a full physical team, I will have some advantage because I will deny the lifesteal of this team, and like you saw, Rose Fencer died in some seconds. And from my side, I have only 3 damage dealer. And I will be able to deal some interesting damage. I lost my Tower Prophet, it's not a problem. Okay. The fight is smelling good. Griffin is dead. What is interesting is to see that the second skill can be dodged. You see it just right now. And damage of this hero, finally 160,000 damage. It's just incredible because he's not bringing only DPS. He's bringing a huge control and a huge buff for the team. So this buff that they did for this hero is just crazy. I kept the last fight for the end, the better one, against an Undead team. Against an Undead team, you will see that it's pretty easy because the curse, the fourth skill of Divine Knight is doing all the job. They are not able to heal at every moment. You see, the heal was cancelled. Soul Hunter is dead without healing nothing. Death Knight, it's the same. And it stays only Sorceress, who will die pretty easily now. In 30 seconds, the fight is over. Usually, it's more long because you know that this team is able to heal a lot. So if we are checking the statistic of the fight, he did 100,000 damage in 30 seconds. It's not bad at all, it's the third damage dealer, but he did a crazy job with his curse, and his curse is definitively a great solution against all composition with a lot of heal. 3 important points for this hero as strength. First point is survivability. This hero has a good pool of HP, a great armor and little less magical resistance, but due to his position on the battlefield as off tank, so just behind the tank, he is able to receive a good quantity of damage without dying. Second point, it was not like that on the test server, but now it's a good damage dealer. His second skill is crazy, especially when he is transformed with his ultimate skill, and when he is transformed with his ultimate skill, even his white attack is dealing 25,000 damage on tank when he is hitting with critical hit. It's just crazy, and I don't even speak about the second skill when he is transformed, who is able to deal more than 40,000 damage for whole screen in front of him. And last point, he kept from the test server his really interesting support skills. Third skill, the blue one, with buffing attack speed and attack damage of physical hero. So it means they will ultimate faster and they will deal more damage. So it's really nice. And purple skill, I even don't speak about this, who is able to deny all the heal that you have in front of you, regeneration, lifesteal and heal. It's really interesting. 2 points that I consider as weaknesses for this hero. First point, it's his magical resistance. You see that he has 325 magical resistance, it's really low, and he can be nuked by one magical nuker really easy. Imperial Executioner in front of him is nearly able to one-shot him if he is not trained. So it's a minus for sure. Every hero must have a nemesis, but I think it's his main bad points. Second point, it's a directional hero. You saw that his second skill, Storm Sword, is really huge, but if you success to turn this hero with Turtle Fighter or anyone else, you will lose all the damage of these skills and all the efficiency of the curse due to this skill. So it's bad point, but not so hard to avoid. It means if you are playing in attack with this hero, you can replace him when you are fighting Turtle Fighter, and the rest of the time you can use him without any problem. Let's now discover my final advice about this hero. If you are a VIP 11 plus, I will advise you to invest on this hero as fast as you can without any hesitation. After my first test on the test server, I was thinking, okay, Divine Knight, it's a good hero against healing team, it's a good hero against undead team, but finally, on the live server, he is more than this. He is still a good support who will buff your team and remove all the heal from the enemy team, but also it's a huge damage dealer who is able in some situation to deal more than 300,000 damage in one fight. So don't hesitate 1 second. It can be a great game breaker in some weeks when we'll understand better how to use him, so it's a must-have in your arsenal. Thank you everybody for watching this second review of Divine Knight. Another time you can see that they change this hero a lot in according to the test server. In one side it's good because it means that there are listen players who was telling, oh, you are telling us that this hero is a damage dealer, he is dealing 40,000 damage in one fight. And finally, they did a crazy buff for him, now he is a damage dealer and he is even a support. So it's a really good point. This week I will try to finish the video about Red Boss, chapter 17, 18 and 19. Don't worry, I didn't forget you. I also open a Facebook page about Hero Charge 3D. You could find the link on my actual Facebook page for Hero Charge. I will not close my actual page of Hero Charge, don't worry. It's a lot of actuality in this moment, so if you don't want to miss something, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if you want to support my work, you can click on the last link of this video. Thank you guys, bye bye.